Hey guys, so I've gotten this question a lot, and oh my god, I'm just gonna make a video about it because I don't want anyone to run into any issues like I have, or maybe you'll run into bigger issues than I have. Anyway, I keep getting asked the question, hey, I'm stretching my ears, how fast should I stretch them? Should it hurt this much? What material or what kind of plug did you use? What can I use to stretch them? You know, just like basic questions. And dude, I am not a piercing expert at all. Like, I'm not an expert at anything, honestly. It's like the first weekend I have to myself in a while, and I just kind of watched anime and hung out with my dog. Not an expert, but I'm experienced in it. I've been stretching my ears since I was like 20, and I'm 27, so like 7 years of stretching. Still good, still no like major blowouts or anything. My ears are currently, I guess they have nothing in them right now, just like my AirPods, because I'm jamming, but... Oh my god! So I was really hoping to find someone else to make this video with me, and that's why I've like put it off for so long. Like I had a bunch of friends that, okay, I'm gonna take that back. I don't have a bunch of friends, so I've seen a bunch of people that have stretched ears, and I've tried to invite them over, be like, hey, let's make a video together or whatever, but I guess no one's down for that because... So I'm making this video by myself, but you already knew that. I guess let's just get started with, you know, I ran into my own share of problems like plenty of times. Like I have gone to like trying to stretch too fast, using the wrong things to stretch. I've hurt myself honestly trying to stretch. It's a pity. I'm just trying to share my experiences, and I just want you guys to be able to overcome them because, dude, ear pain is such a bitch. Before I go any further, please do your own research. You know, if you can, always refer to a professional. Reach out and ask for help. You know, that's gonna be the best thing. All right, so with that being said, I had a bunch of stuff with me, you know, just like, you shouldn't handle them this way, but I have like hella plugs and some ear weights of mine, you know, some saline solution. This one's called H2 Ocean. But yeah, so I pierced my ears like 7 years ago. I got them pierced at a shop, you know, I let them heal. Took like a few months. And I ended up buying this stainless steel taper set. Yeah, so this is the taper set that I bought and that I used. It was really cool. It took forever, and it was so expensive when I bought it. I didn't really run into like stretching with those little like Hot Topic plastic tapers. I lived in a small town and I didn't have access to a Hot Topic, thank God. So I didn't really do it. But I had a few friends that had stretched and they like blew out their ears. So, you know, it's always great when you have friends because they'll tell you what they did wrong. In this case, I'm your friend, so I'm telling you what not to do that I did wrong. You're supposed to wait in between each stretch, like for your ear to fully heal or for it not to hurt. And my dumbass was always like, just popping them in, trying to do it every 2.5 to 3 weeks. I was trying so hard to get to 0 or double 0. That was like my goal size. Surprise, I passed it. I couldn't stand the wait. I couldn't stand sitting that like month or so in between every stretch. So every time I was ready to stretch, you know, with my freshly healed ears, I'd go into the shower or I'd run the hot water in the sinks until it was like super hot, like steaming hot. And I'd go ahead and run the little stainless steel thing under there, and I'd put a towel, wet the towel, and put it over my ear until it felt like really hot. And then I'd go ahead and just try to slip it through. And boy, did it fucking hurt. So some stretches didn't hurt, and I feel like those were the times I waited a little longer. But every time I'd push it through, you'd feel like this little pinch, and oh my god, I would just take them out and put in the other ones, because if I left them in, like, it would start to feel like really hot, and it'd burn. You know, it just like, your ear starts to ache, and I'm almost getting a headache because it hurts so bad. So just don't do that. Please don't do that. Just wait. Your body will tell you when you're ready because it won't hurt as much. And you know, every once in a while I'd have them in my ear and I'd like tug on them or like massage them at the end of the night. I heard that's really good for it. It helped me a little, especially when I got to the bigger sizes. After that, I started moving over to silicone. It's kind of like this material. Stinky as fuck. It smells, it's horrible. You don't want that. You're making out with your girlfriend, 10 minutes later, you know, you move your earlobe a little bit or she gets a whiff of that and dude, she is gone. You're broken up with now. Sorry, goodbye. Like, it's not a cool thing to do. Don't use any of that acrylic or silicone material. I guess you can. It's preference, but honestly, I've had nothing but bad experiences with it, so I fucking stay away from it like the plague. And so, like, what I did is after 00, I started just using little bondage tape. Haha, I went to a sex shop, bought bondage tape. Every time I buy it, they'd always look at me, and I know I'd get that little judgmental stare, like, what kind of kinky shit is this guy into? I just needed it to stretch my ears, bro. Like, that's all I really got it for. So I'd wrap my plugs, and it looked kind of like this. So, oh, I took that off. Oh, here we go. This was like a way smaller size that I was at. I used to buy this bondage tape. I'd cut it in half, wrap it around my plug, and then just kind of get scissors or a razor and go around it like so. Kind of like this. This is all, I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. So this is all really, I want to say, kind of neat. This bondage tape is actually really cool because it doesn't have any like adhesive that you'll notice, like any residue that's gonna get left on your ear. It kind of just sticks to itself. So it's cool. You know, I just wrap it around and, you know, 1 or 2 little like wraps, and then I put it in my ear and it feel like a little pinch, and you just keep doing that. Eventually you'll be at the next size. And that was the easiest way for me to stretch after I got into like a big enough size. And I don't know how many times like I'd hang out with my old bandmates or my old roommates, and like they were stretching their ears too, so I'd wrap their plugs, or and I'd just go through, and oh my god, it takes so much time. Double concave, so it has that little like swoop, so it kind of stays in place, it doesn't just pop out. Wow, that's pretty tiny. Yeah, that size doesn't fit anymore. I was there at one point. That was just my life, I guess, is going to these bigger sizes. And then I had this, oh my god, I had this fucking, one of my old close friends who's I'm not close with anymore. He had this idea. He was like, oh, well, the way I used to stretch is I used to put little tunnels or plugs. Yeah, these are tunnels to go through. But he used to put them in his ear, and Jesus Christ, this dude would just like fold them, put it in his lobe, and let it pop and stretch. And that would stretch it. And I'm pretty sure that's how he like ripped his ear. His lobe was kind of ripped. So my dumbass at one point was just like, oh, I should do that too, because it's taking forever to stretch with bondage tape, and it's getting tight, and it's falling out at night. Which, that was a mistake sleeping with them too. It's a long process. You can't rush it. So I did that, and it stretched my ear, and it hurt like hell. And like I left it in there for 24 hours, even though it hurt, and I didn't sleep on that side, and it was so dumb. Like I was in so much pain. I finally took it out, and it was all bloody and scabby, and it's the worst thing ever. So I kind of just threw away the other one because it was so gross, and this is the one I didn't use. And holy shit, it took me like a month to let it fully heal. And by the time it finally healed, my ear, like, you know, when you don't wear them after a while, they shrivel up, they get smaller. So after that month of not wearing anything, my ears shrunk all the way down to like a little smaller than this. It wasn't hard to stretch back up after that though, because once they were fully healed, I put in a small one, and I guess just let gravity do its thing. Within a week, it was like already popping out and falling out on its own, so I just kept putting in bigger ones until they'd fall out on their own. I lost a few that way, but I was able to get back to my normal size within like another 3 weeks. Just my ear naturally, I guess, because it was already stretched, it just it just kept getting bigger and bigger. So when I got back to my regular size, you know, I went back to bondage tape, kept wrapping, it took forever. Oh my god, it took so long to get back to the regular size, and I finally did. And you know, that's just something I ran into that you shouldn't do. Please don't do that. It is dumb. Please be careful when you're stretching. You will hurt yourself. And, you know, if you let it heal, if you do mess up, you know, you get a cut or something, or you're stretching with like the wrong type of plug, like wood or something, and it does like scrape at your ear, or you have like a stone plug or something like mine, like opalite, and it has a chip in it. I think one of mine has a chip in it. This one. My sister's boyfriend dropped it the other day, so part of it fell off, and it has a chip. This will scrape your ear. This will cut it. You will get hurt. You will die. Not really, but you know what I mean? It's just not the best thing to do. You gotta be real careful. So after I got big enough, I started dabbling with ear weights. And these things are pretty heavy. I think this one's bronze gold. And they just kind of hang. I think I've had a few videos with them in, but yeah, they sit there. They kind of just pull on your ears or on your lobes all day. They're pretty rad. I dig them. I like the way they look personally. These ones were really expensive. They were like $300 for the pair, but they've lasted forever and I love them to death. I've had a few other ear weights. The only thing I run into is they don't actually stretch my ear. I mean, I haven't found that they stretch them. If anything, if I wear them too long without putting in an actual like plug, it'll just start to like the sides of my ear because it's pulling down constantly. These sides don't get as like elasticy because it's like super elasticy. These sides just get all shriveled up right here and then it gets longer. And that is so dumb because then after that I can't even put in like another plug because it doesn't fit. It doesn't work. So I just put them back and forth. You know, I normally wear just weights for fashion. I don't know. I think they look rad. That's just my experience. If anyone else has any other videos or any professionals know otherwise, right on. I haven't had that look. This thing is like your best friend. H2 Ocean, getting a little bit of warm water, putting sea salt. You know, those things kind of help you when you run into issues with blowouts or your ears get cut. You have to let them heal. You have to let them heal, and it'll size back up pretty fast. It's great. You know, and at some point, I started running into an issue when I got into big enough sizes that, you know, popping them in, sleeping with them, it is annoying as hell because you just have this big stone sitting right there against your, like, skull, and it's painful. It hurts. It doesn't feel right on your pillow, so you have to, like, take them out every night. And, I mean, I've had a few friends tell me that they've slept with their plugs in and they've started cutting their ears. I haven't ran into that issue. I just took them out because they were uncomfortable, but, you know, don't sleep with them in either. They will start to shrivel a little bit overnight when you're at the smaller sizes, but that's fine. Just, you deal, you know? What I've recently done is when I'd, like, sized up to... You're probably not going to be able to tell a difference, but these two are, like, two different sizes. I think this one's 41 millimeters and this one's 44 millimeters. They look pretty similar, but I had actually gotten to this like 44 millimeter size and my ear was like super dry. I don't know if it was just because I was living in like a desert climate, but it always looked ugly as fuck, like super gross. I mean, it didn't hurt, but it looked kind of thinner. So one thing I ran into, which kind of helped, was I'd take them out and I'd put in the smaller sizes and I'd just rock like a smaller size, like this one, which is like a 41, or this one, which is I think like a 30, 38, 37, 36, something around there. And, you know, my lobes would actually get thicker and they'd kind of shrivel, like I mentioned. And then over time, I'd just start, you know, taping them back up again and they'd get thick. They get bigger, but they'd be thicker. It's weird. Hey, it works. You know, if your ears get too thin, size down. Size down, let them heal. If you want to size up, take your time sizing back up. It will help your lobes, so they'll be nice, thick, healthy. Right now, I'm not even at the 1 3/4. Right now I'm not at that like giant size, that 44 millimeter size that I think is pretty big. I'm actually at 41. I size down because I'm still in the process of letting my lobes kind of heal with that smaller size, and it works out for me. So, you know, that's like the whole process of these plugs, stretching them that I've run into issues. I kind of summarized it all up because this has taken place over like 7 years. It's just not that big of a deal, you know? If you want to size up, just take your time. Now, some of the fun stuff is, you know, going into stores, going into places, and my hair's a lot longer than it used to be, so I don't really run into an issue with people seeing it too often. But, you know, I'll get the stares. I'll get the occasional, like, questions, like, oh, did that hurt? Oh my god. This is kind of why I wanted someone else to be here, so we can get, like, share our experiences with it, but... You know, I always get the questions like, oh, did that hurt to stretch? Why would you do that to yourself? Oh my god, your poor ears. Like, oh, I couldn't do it. Or sometimes little kids will just look and go, it's funny. You know, you do something different, you stand out, people are going to point and stare. Or they're going to ask questions. It's human nature. It's fine. Just be prepared for that if you stretch to a bigger size. You can't get annoyed with it. I mean, you can, but what good's that going to do, right? You know, you just kind of get used to it. You get used to the stares, to the looks, to people asking. The one thing that I do hate about having stretched ears is when it gets cold, I wear like opalite and stone, so they get pretty cold. My lobes start to hurt a little bit just because it's so cold, you know? Like I have to wear either a beanie or, I mean, I guess if I had a headband, I'd wear one, but I don't. I wear my beanie or I'll just take them out and I'll put them back in when I'm somewhere warm. That's always a pain in the ass. When I'm skating, it's normally not a big deal, but sometimes if I feel like I'm gonna take my dog skating and we're gonna go like for a super long skate, be super active, I might fall or something, you know, I don't leave them in, primarily because, I mean, they're double concave, they're not gonna just pop out, like they have this little like swoop in them, so they stay in place, but they could still fall out at any time. Like, you know, in the shower, if you have a hit, like hard enough impact on the ground, they're gonna pop right out. They're gonna shatter. You're gonna spend like another 60 to 70 bucks on a new pair. That's like the biggest thing I've hated about having them. So I'll just pop them out whenever I'm not using them. So if you can get past the stairs, aftercare of just taking them in and out constantly. It's not like sleeping with them in, giving yourself little ear massages at night, which are great. I used to use that jojoba oil or jojoba oil. I've heard it called both ways. Not too sure the right term for it, or not too sure how to pronounce it correctly. I've heard that works pretty good too. I haven't used it in forever. I just haven't bought in it. I didn't personally like how it'd get all oily and it'd get in my hair and it'd feel all weird, but that's probably just because I'm lazy and I do it really fast. So personal experience. And you know, if you're stretching, good luck. If you have any questions, ask. You know, I've had people message me on Instagram and on Facebook, more on Instagram than anything, with, oh, I like my ears bleeding, or oh, I tried sizing up and you know, I did it too fast, or you know, I did this and that and this hurts now. You know, I always take time to message back and to try to help out whenever I can. But if you have questions, reach out to a professional first. If you don't have access to one, or you know, you're uncomfortable with it, you're embarrassed, you know, whatever, I get it. Just message me. I'll help out any way I can. If I can't, I will tell you to reach out to a professional. But yeah, just thanks guys so much for watching. I know this video was a little different. It's finally 2019. I have done nothing productive so far. I was supposed to spend this weekend writing new music, because God, I'm dying to write new music. I just haven't. I spent the whole week skating and playing with my dog and hanging out with my daughter. So, by the way, real quick, if you have Netflix, please watch High Score Girl. Like High Score Girl. I'm watching it the second time through right now, and I'm just in love with it. It's so cute, and you will fall in love. I fell in love. My little heart was broken watching it. Super rad. But I'm gonna wrap up this video. It's already pretty long. You know, hopefully later I get some time to release some new videos. Sorry I've been like so cut and dry with those little short clips. I just haven't had time, or if I've had time, I haven't made time. You know, I'm trying to heal, personal growth. It's a new year. Trying to get over all of the mistakes I've made in the past and all of the like losers that I've just cut out of my life, because you know, they're not worth it. You know, I want to love myself and I want to have a great year, so I'm just gonna keep doing me. But yeah, thanks again guys for watching. Appreciate all your time. I know this video was a little different, a little longer. I just wanted to put it out there and just say Happy New Year. Hope you're having a great day. Bye.